Hey everyone, it's SpeedyGoneCuber here, and in this video I will be showing you guys how to solve a Rubik's clock. So if you don't know how a Rubik's clock works, the aim of the puzzle is to be able to make all the clocks on each side show 12 o'clock. Now this can be quite a difficult challenge, but in this video I'll be showing you how to solve a Rubik's clock. Now you also want to know how parts move of the Rubik's clock, so I'll explain that to you guys right now. So if I wanted to bring up a pin right here, what I want to do, if I were to move the one around that pin, then all four of the parts around the pin will be moving around. Now let's say I wanted to bring this part up as well, so I've had two up. Now I could either move this part or this part because they're both around the pins, so I'll just move this part in this case. That would move all six because all six parts are around the pins. And however, if I wanted to make all of them up, then all the pieces would move around. So there's plenty of different movements. However, you do got to realise the challenge. Let's say I were to bring this pin up and I wanted to move all these four. You also got to keep in mind that it's also moving the part on the other side. So you got to be careful about that. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So firstly, we're going to scramble up the Rubik's clock. So I would say this is pretty scrambled. Now once you have a scrambled Rubik's clock, I'm going to show you exactly how to solve it. Now solving a Rubik's clock is very simple. It comes into three steps. The first step is to solve a cross on this side. The second step is to solve a cross on the other side. And the final step is to solve all the corners on both sides simultaneously. Now this is going to be easy. The Rubik's clock has no algorithm to solve, so you will not need to know any type of notation whatsoever to solve this. Everything is intuitive. In my opinion, the Rubik's clock is the easiest WCA event to solve, so this will definitely be pretty easy to learn. So let's get finally into actually learning how to solve a Rubik's clock. So firstly, you want to solve the cross on one side. So let's say I wanted to solve the cross on this side. So some of you may be able to figure this out by yourself, but I'll just be explaining how I would solve the cross. So to solve the cross, firstly, you want all the pins to be down. Then you want to look at an edge, for example. I'll go with this top one right here, and let's say I wanted to make the middle one be the same as this. Now what I would do is I could bring this pin up, for example, and it would move all these four, but in this case I'm only worrying about this one, so this is okay. It will turn this one around and I'll keep making it turn until it becomes the same as this. Now you may wonder, why aren't these going to 12 o'clock? You don't need to make them all go to 12 o'clock. At the start, you just want to make them all go in the same direction first, and then making them go to 12 o'clock will be what you would do after. So now, once we've got these two being the same, I can then bring this part down. And let's say I wanted to make these two become the same as this one. Now what I could do is I could bring this pin up so I could move these four around, and that would move these two, which are the ones we care about. And we're going to keep moving these two around until we get it to when they are the same as the one down here. Now we can bring this part down and we can carry on as normal. So now we have a line of these solved, and let's say we wanted these three to be the same as the one right over here. So what I can do is I can bring these two pins up, so I can move all these six ones around, but we only care about these three in this case, so we're going to keep moving them around until they become the exact same to this one. Then I can bring these two pins down and we have all three facing the same direction. Now we want to make these three become the same as this one, so what we need to do is we need to bring this part down and we're going to move these six around. In this case we only care about these four pieces, so what we need to do is we're going to move these part around until we get it to when they are lining up in the same direction. Now once you have this done, we want to bring all the pins up. And we want to do this so we can make all of these edge pieces go up to 12 o'clock. So we can keep moving them until they are all on 12 o'clock. And as you can see right now, we have a cross solved. Now the second step is to solve the cross on the other side. Now for some reason, solving the cross on this side will actually not mess up the other side. So I can solve the cross like how I did previously, so like normal. So let's say I wanted to make this center become the same as this one. I can bring this one up and then move these four around. In this case, I only care about the center, so I'm going to bring this one up and then move this part around until it becomes the same as this piece. And once I've done that, I can bring this one right down. Now let's say I wanted to make these two become the same as this one right here. Now what I want to do is I want to bring this part up so I can bring these four around. In this case, I only care about these two, so I will bring these two until they become the same as this. Now then I can bring this part down, and let's say I wanted to make these three pieces become the same as the one right over here. So the way how I would do that is I would bring this pin up and then move these four around until these edges are in the same direction as this. Now let's say I wanted to make these three become the same as this. I can bring these ones up and then move them so they are facing the same direction as the one over here. And then finally, once I'm at this stage, I can bring all the pins up and then I can bring them all back up to 12 o'clock. And as I said earlier, from the magic of just doing this, the other side of cross edges actually becomes the same. Now let's go with the final step. The final step is to solve all the corners on both sides simultaneously. And this is actually pretty simple. I'll explain. Let's say I wanted to solve this corner piece first. So to solve that one, I would firstly need to make sure all the pins are facing up. Now I then need to choose which one I want to solve first, and I want to solve that one first. So what I would do is I would bring the pin right by that corner down. Now then what I want to do is I want to move it so that all the other pieces go around except this one. Now I want all of these to move in the same direction and be facing the same direction as this one. And then I can bring this one right up. Then I can do exactly the same thing for the remaining three corners. If I wanted to solve this one, I would bring this part down and I would make sure all the rest of them move so they are facing the same direction as this one. Then I can bring it back up and do the exact same thing for this one. So I could bring these ones down. Oh, they actually happen to be facing the same direction already. So I could just not do that one and just skip to doing this one. So I could bring this part down and then I can move these so they are facing the same direction. And then finally I can bring this part up and make it so that they are all facing 12 o'clock again. And then finally, in this case, we have now solved our Rubik's clock. Congratulations on managing to solve the Rubik's clock for the first time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please tell me in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and clicking on the bell icon as we post cubing related content like this every Sunday, which you definitely do not want to miss out on. Thank you all for watching and happy cubing.